All right, it's Mr. Couch here. How are you guys doing today? Hopefully well. Okay, today we're gonna be talking about speed, and we're gonna be using the speed formula, and we're gonna be doing a couple examples and our skill set. This is our skill set, all right? Our skill sheet will allow you to practice solving speed problems. To determine the speed of an object, you will need to know distance traveled and the time it takes to travel that distance, okay? However, by rearranging the formula for speed, what we're gonna be doing is V, which stands for velocity, is equal to distance divided by time. You can also determine the distance traveled or the time it takes for an object to travel that distance if you know the speed. I'm gonna give you some examples. So this is the formula. The formula is that we're gonna use is V is equal to distance over time. Okay, V stands for velocity, does not stand for speed. Speed is S. Okay, I will interchange speed and velocity all the time, but you have to make sure you understand why. Okay, velocity is the speed in a specific direction. I'm going 100 kilometers an hour in the y-axis or the y direction, okay? Or I'm going in the x direction, 57. That's what that means. It is a vector. Speed isn't a vector, okay? Speed is just a calculation. So if I interchange those two, understand that's what's going on, but I will attempt to make sure I use V because that's the examples that they use. But in this situation, we're really not talking velocity, we're talking speed, okay? Now, there are a couple of ways people do this. I'm gonna leave this formula, and this is the formula that we use if we just need to find speed. So speed is velocity is equal to distance divided by time. Now, if I'm looking for distance, which is D, that formula is D is equal to velocity times time, okay? If I'm looking for just time, time is equal to distance divided by velocity, okay? If you would like to memorize these formulas, by all means, memorize them, okay? I will not tell you not to, but I'm gonna give you a way I do it. I memorize one formula, speed or velocity is equal to distance divided by time. And I'm gonna use this tool to get us there. Okay, given, unknown, okay, equation, substitution, solve, or solution, okay? So, I'm gonna look at the first one, and it says, what is the speed of the cheetah that travels a total of 112 meters in 4 seconds? What do I know? I know my distance, 112 meters. Ladies and gentlemen, that is important. That lets me know what we're talking about. My time is equal to 4.0 seconds. Also, unit, I need to know what's going on, okay? What is the unknown? I have no idea what the velocity is. None, okay? Now, what is my equation? The equation I'm gonna use is velocity is equal to distance divided by time, okay? I'm gonna do my substitutions. So where do I see? I'm just gonna give myself a little bit of space. So what do I not know? V. Notice I put my meters there, guys. Okay. And my time is going to be 4.0 seconds. Okay? So far, you guys should be tracking with me. Now, velocity is equal to 112 meters divided by 4.0 seconds. Can my meters and my seconds cancel each other out? Absolutely not, which is gonna give me my unit. That's gonna help me know that I am that much closer. So I know that my unit's gonna be meters per second. 112 divided by 4 is gonna give me 28. So velocity is equal to 28 meters per second, okay? That is my answer, okay? Use my guess formula or system, my givens, my unknowns, my equation, I'd sub them in, and then I solved for. Okay? Too easy. I'm going to go ahead and do one more question with you guys, and that's going to be question 2. All right? I'm going to leave my guess up here because I'm going to use that again. I'm going to go ahead and erase everything down. All right. Okay, question number 2. It says a bicycle rider travels 60 kilometers in 3.5 hours. What is the average speed? All right. So I know that the distance he travels is 60 kilometers, and that is his distance. And his time is 3.5 hours. Okay. What is the average speed? So what am I looking for? My unknown is velocity. I have no idea what that is. Okay. Now, what's my equation? My equation is going to be velocity is equal to distance divided by time. I'm going to sub in for my thing, and I'm going to slide over here. So velocity is unknown. Distance is 60 kilometers. My time is 3.5 hours. Do kilometers and hours knock out? They do not. Okay. Now I'm going to take my calculator and divide. Can somebody divide 60 by 3.5 for me? Okay, and that means that cyclist traveled at 17.14 kilometers per hour. These are significant values. Okay, we do not round these off. Okay, we're going to keep significant values. All right, now with that said, there's my solution. Okay, too easy. Too easy. Okay, I'm going to do an example. I'm going to make an example up that's going to solve for either distance or time. Okay, so you guys can see how that formula works itself out later. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and erase this off. If you guys wrote that down, that's the answer to question 2 on your worksheet. Okay, again, I'm going to leave my example up there. Okay. And I'm going to go back and I'm kind of make one up and I'm going to say, okay, cheetah travels a total of 125 meters. Okay, so he travels how far? Distance, 125 meters. Okay, and his velocity or his speed is going to be 30 meters per second. Okay, how long does that take him? Is my unknown. Okay, my equation is going to be velocity is equal to distance divided by time. But I'm looking for time. I can plug those variables in that way, solve for my answer, or I can rearrange this formula to give me what I needed, and what I really need is time by itself, so I'm going to multiply by t here, mark them out, and then I'm going to divide by v here, divide by v here, marks these out, so that gives me my formula is going to be t is equal to distance divided by velocity. And if you guys go back and review that, you can guys see that that's exactly what my answer is. Now, my substitutions. I don't know what t is, but I do know what distance is, so I'm going to put t is equal to 125. Oh, I made a mistake. Meters, got to put meters there. And then I'm going to divide it by 30 meters per second, and if somebody can divide that for me. Now, what do I know about these meters right here? I can go ahead and mark those guys out. So it's going to give me seconds. The seconds match up for time? Absolutely. And if I take 125 and divide it by 30, I come up with
4.16 repeating.
Okay, if I'm repeating values, 4.1666, I'm going to put a line over the top of that just lets me go on forever. Or Or this one time you can go like this, 4.167. Okay? I'm gonna go to at least the third significant value. We'll talk about that later. Okay, so that's how we solve for time. All right? I'm gonna do one more where we're actually solving for distance instead of time. Okay? So there's an example. This is not on your worksheet, so don't worry about it. I'm going to get rid of this. Okay, now I have a bicyclist who is traveling 65 kilometers. So his distance, no, I don't want to do distance. Ignore that one. I have a cyclist who is driving his bicycle for 5 hours. So time is 5 hours. Didn't make my mistake this time. And his velocity is, he is going at 10 kilometers an hour. So he's gonna go 10 km per hour. How far has he gone? Is unknown. Okay? So just for speed purposes, I know that my distance formula is, if I do it all, it's gonna be D is equal to time multiplied by velocity. Okay? I'm gonna head sub in. I'm gonna come back over here, give myself a little bit of space. I know D is unknown and his time is 5 hours. His velocity is 10 km per hour. Okay, now, if you see hour, we understand that if I did that in fraction format, that's h over 1, okay? This h and this h eliminate each other out, leaving what unit for me? km. Distance is going to be meters, kilometers, so far I'm on the right path. 5 times 10 is 50 kilometers. Meaning, if he is traveling for 5 hours at 10 kilometers per hour, he is going to go a total of 50 kilometers. And there is my answer. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that's it. It's that easy, okay? You have approximately 7 questions to deal with speed. If you have any questions, I'm sure your teachers will be available for you to talk to them. Thank you very much. You guys have a great day.